Hey guys, it's Monica at Academic Phoenix Plus, and welcome to a 3D artist review of Horizon Zero Dawn 2. So I'm very excited because Horizon Zero Dawn is actually one of my favorite games. I played it a few years back and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love the character. I love the environment. It's actually one of my top 5 and not top 3, along with Last of Us 2 as well as Last of Us 1. So those are the top 3, and then a couple others. So I just wanted to talk about the really exciting news, the Horizon Forbidden West game trailer. And the reason why I'm going to talk about it is because 3D animation and video games have a lot in common. They have to do modeling, they have to texture, they have to animate, they use the same type of pipeline. But the major difference is that game companies have to use a game engine versus animation has to just render. So they can do render layers, they can compose it all together and make this really beautiful quality render. But in games, it's really challenging because you're limited with a computer or in this case, a console. So therefore, you have to be extremely creative when it comes to shadows, to level of details, to the number of polygons you can have in your characters and assets, and so much more. So that being said, let's get started with watching Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West. Now, I know at the beginning, a gentleman is speaking. And by the way, I really like his lighting. They use this blue lighting on the right, his right, my left, and really great job. And that little highlight right there, right next to his pupil and iris. If you guys watch my tutorial on how to light in CG, that's kind of something that we do, is highlight that tiny little highlight right there in the eye. It's just a really nice way of showing off the eyeball / geometry of the eyeball. All right. Love this logo. Get excited already looking at it. I'm so excited, guys. It's been a while. So down here at the bottom, it says that it's been captured by the PlayStation 5 console. I do not own one just yet. I probably will have to somehow beg somebody or, just try to figure out how to get a console because I definitely need to play this game when it comes out. Now, what I thought was interesting about this choice of camera angle, because again, game and animation have a lot of similarities, and one of them is camera language. And it starts off with a POV, which is a point of view of a different character. Usually you see it in the main characters, which would be Aloy. But in this case, we're actually seeing from a victim. So I thought that was kind of an interesting choice. So that could either mean that we actually will be playing this character, that somehow we live, or not. It could be just an introduction to this level. Now, I'm really into dynamics, so I like to see how they do clothing, how they do fire. You can see that there's little particles everywhere. And then there she is. I also like to look at the fog lights. You can see that there's like God rays over here, and all of this is pointing to her. So that's what makes it, again, like cinematography, is that she's being highlighted as she comes into the scene. Now, other really cool things to look at is the foliage, of course, which we'll get a better look at it later. But please note what I call her expressions, which we call blend shapes. The face expressions are really stellar. This is all texture information. There might be some blend shape information when it comes to bringing up the eyebrows and things like that, or deformation. But the wrinkles that she's getting right here, it's actually deformation from a texture. So when the animators lift up the eyebrows, it triggers a texture that will give you wrinkles. So I am actually very impressed with the techniques that they're using in this. This is very high quality textures, very high quality, of course, modeling and animation. So please note her teeth. They're not perfect. They don't have like dentists back then where they'd or I guess back then's not the correct term. It's more like future, way in the future. Her teeth still look great for, not having dentistry, but, no braces. Her dynamics are really cool around her hair. I always like to look at it. Not happy with the penetration here on her shoulder, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to pause here just for a second and go back as he chokes on water. You'll see it splashing out. I know it's a small detail, but again, I like to look at these details. It's actually very, very impressive to create fluids. So all the leaves are moving, all the hair, the fur, everything's got some sort of subtle animation to make it feel like they're alive.
Wait, what happened? Where's Erend?
Look at that face. So I'm really liking this scene because in the previous Horizon Zero Dawn, I believe that the company who created this, they were using a artificial intelligence, AI, and they're very proud of it. They wanted to let the AI come up with the mouth syncing and all that stuff. So it made it look very robotic and kind of creepy. And you can tell that they've stepped away from that and went into taking care of facial expressions and animating themselves. But also notice his specularity map right here. Do you see how his sweat? You could tell that this is like wet. That's a specularity map. In game engines, that could also be the roughness map. So this is not as rough as over here, so therefore it looks like it's wet.
It's a crawler with raiders. They hit our camp hard.
Look at that highlight right there in the eye. It's so pretty. Stuff like that. God rays.
Scouting.
Her hair's penetrating her stuff. This is an interesting camera angle or camera effect. Notice he's slightly blurry. She's on focus.
Still out there.
Then the noise comes and the camera focuses out here. So that's another example of using depth of field to let you know that you're supposed to be looking out here and the focus is no longer on them. Please note the beautiful rim lighting. Again, if you guys take if you go to my lighting tutorial on how to create a character lighting, we go over rim lighting and you'll notice that basically they have rim lighting as well. And it's well done.
What was that?
Raiders got machines on their side. Claw striders.
Her face is so beautiful. Look at those wrinkles. Look at his wrinkles.
You do, who knows what they'll do to him?
And the fur. I mean, his beard.
You're injured. I have to.
It's very clean though. I'm surprised they didn't dirty it up a little bit.
Way out. Get going.
I like her outfit. It's really cool looking. Very Amazonian. Dynamic motion. Lots of leaves falling, water, simulation, fog. You can see that there's a little bit of noise fog there, so that means that it's animated fog.
In these ruins. I hope Erin is okay.
I'm mesmerized by her hair, by the way. It's like so pretty. They do a great job. Different types of foliage. Notice that all of it is green, and they're trying to help you see where you're supposed to go. There we are. You can tell that's San Francisco. If you live in San Francisco, that's one of the main buildings. The seagulls fly away, if you notice, as you get closer, or she gets closer. And you'll see that there's dynamics in the water. See, rim lighting's really important to make sure the character stands out. There they are. Blue robotic dinosaurs with red and yellow. I thought they were a little complicated, and red veins, so I thought that was interesting too. There it is, rim lighting, beautiful. Those are two machines, like what's it called? Saws. I can't remember the names. There's two of them on each. No bueno, you don't want to face these guys.
Raiders. Riding machines. This is not good.
Beautiful. And just one of the animations that they have here is that if you watch their claws, right here, they actually animate the claws. Because I remember this from Jurassic Park. I was watching them, and one of the scenes was like tick, 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 tick. So one of the claws of the raptors. So I wanted to see that. Let me see what that looks like. You'll notice that they actually do it. See? It twitches. I love that.
Raiders.
Great job, animators.
Machines.
Her face is great.
It's not good.
Lots going on.
Better be careful. There might be more.
It's interesting the ruins that they have here because they're covered in not only forest but also barnacles. So that means that the water rises and falls. Yep. Classical red-eyed equals bad.
I need to get clear.
Oof. So that's a new move. She now has some sort of bomb thing that keeps them distracted. So that's what I like about this trailer, is that they show us these brand new things that she does. All right, she's not afraid to run. She who runs away will live another day. Oh, she's just making everybody mad. Run, Aloy, run! Hop. Beautiful water. I would be lost by now. I'd probably have gone circles around the camp or something. Obviously this is a trailer, so they know what to expect. That's a new move. You can now use your device to highlight areas that you can climb. So that's cool. Look at the details on those. Jeez. So beautiful. on those pillars. You see the details on the arcs covered in vines, and then underwater. I give him huge kudos for creating this new game dynamic, which is swimming and being able to go underwater for extended periods of time.
Machines. Better go under.
And now I really hope that they make machines like that look like otters. Are they friendly machines? Like, could be cute if they were like little otters just swimming around. Maybe you can grab one and swim around. I don't know, is that crazy? Look at the kelp, beautiful kelp. You see how they're using color theory? It's green and then it goes to red. It's very aesthetic. Nature is where we grab all of our color theory from. I hate those things, those freaking alligators. I was the worst at killing these things. I'm so bad at it. Notice all the fish and everything. This is all geometry, all particle driven. Those things over here, the water flow, it's also particle driven. Really cool dynamics going on. There's a dead machine over here. Whoops, there's a little dead machine over here as well. Really great foliage. Just a lot, just a lot going on here. Like, PlayStation 5 can handle this much foliage, animation, you know, caustics, like you name it. I mean, it's impressive. And you'll notice that she actually still drips water as she walks through, which is kind of like a nice detail. Oh boy, we're hearing something. This is the nice thing about sound design, is that you can hear things coming. Ah, here we go. We recognize him.
I'm not just the ones you slaughtered.
He was kind of like comedic angle in the original Horizon. So I guess she's keeping her old friends. Very big. I like how primitive everything is. They're still using ropes, but they're covered in robotic pieces. The depth of field changes here so we can focus on this character.
I have my hammer. Get up. Get moving.
The details and amount of models, like, it's just amazing. And they have male and female. Now what I thought was interesting was this. I don't know if it means anything, but the grass here looks almost white and dead, which just popped there, which I thought was kind of interesting. Again, it's probably LODs. By the way, LOD stands for level of detail. But I'm curious if this is purposely done so that you know where you go, or is there something that's killing the grass because they travel through here a lot. I'd be curious to know if there's any connections. Jokes there. So what's interesting about that conversation is that it makes you kind of laugh and kind of like them as bad guys, and that they did that a lot in Last of Us 2, where they made you hear the conversations from the people that are supposed to be people that you're supposed to kill with no qualms, but at the same time here they actually talk. Then they say something nasty, then you don't feel so bad. So sneaking is part of it. Right on the throat. And then she decides to... There we go. The interesting part is that she breaks his armor and then shoots him in the heart. I mean, that is... First of all, I would never have that type of accuracy. But second of all, well, that's amazing. Ooh, there she goes. Big guy. Run! Dive works too. Look, he still has the arrows attached to him, which I thought was really cool. Look at this thing that she does. I feel like that disrupts the game flow, but it's cool looking. One move. There you go. She again rips the armor off, and then she pierces the chest. So that's a really cool move. Now, me personally, I have the worst aim in the world, so I'll just hope I just keep shooting them until something happens. So hopefully they die. We'll see. Too bad I can't, like, you know, grab them and hook them onto the ground like the other, like Horizon Zero One, the first one where you can just like spear them. Sorry, I don't know the names of the weapons, but it's like you spear them. Yeah, I could do that all day. Get that beautiful moss, all the dynamics. So this is another new mechanic that they're adding. So again, they're showing us the cool stuff that you can do. You can scan and see this yellow thing. Now I'm surprised they use yellow. It's a little hard to see, and I'm wondering if they're gonna change that. I would prefer
There's the bridge.
maybe red or something, just a color that I can really see, because those yellows are hard to see. But I don't know.
I think I know.
Maybe I'll just get used to it. We'll see. I need all the help I can get. Isn't that the coolest thing in the world? And I'm just gonna rewind and play that just because I am in love with it. Is that not the coolest thing you guys have ever seen? The first time I saw that, I was like, what? And I think I forgot to mention that we are definitely in San Francisco. Look at that beautiful view. That's the Golden Gate. And the Golden Gate is still slightly red. And I actually live somewhat near it. I'm about an hour and a half away. But it is always really fun to drive through it because it's a stunning piece of architecture. And it looks like it's been mangled. So I like to compare this Golden Gate Bridge to the one from Star Trek. Yep, where they have all of these solar panels all along here. So it's interesting to see what two futures could potentially look like. But yes, that holographic wind thing, parachute thing, holographic
I think I know a way to get
glider.
there fast.
It's really awesome. That's something that was really missed in the first one. You were kind of limited. And look at her float down. How fun! So much fun. You still have the classic dynamics, or the classic game dynamics where you have to hide in the red plants so that you can not be discovered somehow miraculously, and then you get to hack these guys, and then it turns out you get to ride them. So that's pretty cool. I like that they decided to go with almost like feather-looking things. I think that's really interesting. That's a nice touch.
Help's on the way, Errant.
Because the more research they do on dinosaurs, the more they're more like chickens, I guess, which is funny to see. These really ferocious animals are like, look, they turn into chickens. But it's like, I'm glad they added like feather-looking mechanics to it. It's interesting. I gotta admit that the facial expressions and everything is stunning. And here she comes to rescue the day. And what's really great about this is that they're not even using a game engine like popular one like Unreal 5 or Unity. They're using another different game engine. I just love her face expression. She's like, okay, I'm gonna tackle this. Nice aim. Then they're gonna shoot cannons, and they kill the dinosaur right off the bat.
Gotta keep moving.
Bring us around! Take it tough!
Oh, so she threw some sort of grenade. Wow.
That must have hurt.
And then there's lasers that if you look at the lasers, they actually leave tracks on the ground. I mean, that stuff is amazing. That's all dynamically driven. So if you guys want to get a job in dynamics, like visual effects artists, that's the stuff that you would make. And then, I mean, this game is just blowing my mind away. I'm like, what is going on? We have cannons, we have grenades, we now have some gook. Like, what is happening? So much greatness. Waves, you see the waves on the side? Up, ramming. Awesome. And then she's the classic. Get him, get him, get him. So exciting. I just love how creative the designs are. They use like lumber to hold those gigantic, like a fortress on top of a mammoth. I mean, it's like genius designing. I just love this game. And she goes up, cool. Managing to get some time and a little bit of space. I'm gonna need a lot of that when I play. Oh my gosh, now they're showing you that you can use that hologram glider to give yourself some space. Ooh, electricity. I didn't know you can jump over that. I just learned that. The electricity thing. Okay, don't miss. Nice job. Nice job, Aloy and whoever's playing you.
Aloy!
She's so cool.
Glad to see me.
I am, Alo. I am.
I owe you
I'm a
another
fan, Aloy. Where's your t-shirt? Let me buy one.
But this time, I have a present for you.
I think it's funny that he put it in his shoe.
Found it, Aloy. Huh?
Love their
You said-
animation's amazing.
Right before the raiders got me.
You did good. Now, let's see where this thing will take us.
Ooh. So now they get to see the whole planet instead of just the map, which is an interesting idea. Love the music. Jeez, the music is... If I, I'm working on something, I listen to the background music. Look how concerned they both look. I just love how they looked at each other. With concern. Because they show us, oh, we're supposed to, I guess, go here. But then this swirl starts to happen. There's a little alarm, and then they look at each other with concern. Look at that. And then they look up. Beautiful scene.
You always said a storm was coming.
Yeah. And it's almost here.
So good. So effing good. All right. Thank you. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, buddy. But thank you so much for working so hard in creating this beautiful masterpiece. I personally can't wait to see it. It's coming out in 2021, sometime this year. I'm going to guess around the holidays, end of the holidays. Need to find a PlayStation 5 somewhere. I can't wait. You guys have no idea how excited I am. I absolutely love this character and this world. It's so primitive, but it's also so futuristic. It's just like this amazing blend. And the pacing of the movie is really great. You really care about the characters and they really add to the story. It's not like, in some games you're just like, whoa, another side quest. But this one is like, ooh, a side quest. What do you want? What do you look like? Let me take a look at your outfit. So it's pretty amazing. Now let me go find a cool shot. Maybe I'll do when she's looking at the city, because I thought that was really pretty. Around here.
Bridge.
There we go. Where is my background for this? I have a different type of backgrounds from the old movie. Let me see if I can show you guys. There it is. Do you see my background? Yep, I'm a fan. So, I was thinking about playing it I played it in the PlayStation 4, and I thought about purchasing it for the computer just so I can see the graphics in a higher quality. And just to kind of reacquaint myself again with the character. But we'll see if I have time. It's, I'm busy with work and making videos and content for you guys and also family. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that reaction. I'm really excited about Horizon Zero Dawn. Thank you so much, Guerrilla Studios, for producing this. I can't wait. You guys showed us so much cool stuff. I am more excited than ever. Wondering what's going to happen next. I know there's some sort of plague that's suffocating the world with its red tendrils, and I guess we're going to have to rescue it again, save the world again. So that's exciting. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this reaction video and more like a review. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment below. Don't forget to take a look at academicphoenixplus.com, where you can find free downloads, free ebooks, free trainings, and so much more. So take a look at academicphoenixplus.com. If you like this video, like, share, and of course, subscribe. It's your message from you to me, letting me know that you are interested in these videos and you want to see more. So again, thank you for watching. Keep creating, and I will see you next time.